Hi, it's Muji or Bored Black Girl. It is a new month, so you already know what time it is. It is time for me to get into Muji's monthly report. What does Muji's monthly report mean? I'm so glad you asked. It stands for eating, playing, obsessing, ranting slash raving, and treat. It's basically just me talking about things I liked, disliked, or just were on my mind during the last month, so I can just, tell you guys and talk to you guys. And I'm going to be doing this while I set up my reading journal for my book for May, which is Love Hypothesis. No, it's not. Which is Love on the Brain by Ella Hazel. Another Love Hypothesis. Anyways, let's get into what I was reading during the month of May. Wait, is it the month of May? Yes, I believe it is. Oh my god, my brain is everywhere. What I was reading during the month of May, although I should be saying Love on the Brain, I am actually going to be saying Court of the Vampire Queen. I think a lot of my reading of Court of the Vampire Queen accidentally seeped into my month for reading of Love on the Brain, which is truthfully a little unfortunate because I do like to give each book its own month for a reason. That way I can really take my time to soak in and enjoy the book without feeling like I have to rush to finish it. But Court of the Vampire Queen was truthfully a very interesting book. The more time I have away from it, the more my opinion seems to be kind of changing. I don't know if I would say that I fully liked this book. I wouldn't say that I loved it. I wouldn't say that I hated it. Honestly, I don't know if I'd say that I liked it. I think that it was just a book. Which kind of sounds bad because, I'm supposed to talk about the book. But I don't know. Sometimes books just don't stick to me. And I think that this was one of those books that just did not stick to me. Even when I was filling out my digital journal for my 12-book challenge where I talk about the books, I did not have much to say about I did not have much to say about Court of the Vampire Queen because, what is there to say? I said it multiple times before. I don't think that it is anything fresh or brand new or that it is anything especially special. And honestly, I am ready to stop talking about the book already. No shade. Let's get into what I was eating during the month of May. I'll be honest, I was eating a lot of ice cream. Mint. Please, if you're a mint ice cream hater, be gone. This is our space now. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. With my whole heart. With my whole soul. Mint chocolate chip. You're special to me, baby. Especially, I was not eating the one from Cold Stone, but especially the one from Cold Stone. This is called the mint chocolate chip. It's so good because it's the mint chocolate. And then soon, this sounds like so much. Then they add chocolate chips, and then they add brownie, and then they add chocolates. It's so good. It's actually so good. And for my at-home mint addiction, I usually like to go for just some mint ice cream, and then soon I put some Nutella in with it. So I'll put a scoop of ice cream, put a scoop of Nutella. It's honestly my guilty pleasure, and it brings me back to quarantine days because during quarantine that is the kind of ice cream that I would eat all the time. Honestly, my whole eating habits during quarantine were very interesting. It feels like forever ago that I was getting off of virtual school and eating mint ice cream and Nutella, and then I was eating a Coca-Cola a day. We don't have to talk about those dark times. Let's talk about mint ice cream. I like mint ice cream, but it was hard. I won't even lie. It was hard to find mint ice cream in the store. I think only one place had it, and I was lucky enough that it was a good flavor mint ice cream because sometimes people can go bad with mint ice cream. I won't even lie. And a bad mint ice cream really just ruins the whole mint ice cream experience. Now let's talk about what I was playing during the month of May. I was playing a lot of like a super OG game for me. It like means so much to me. I'm sorry. I'm really expressive about it. Plants vs. Zombies on mobile, the original game. Oh my gosh. The original Plants vs. Zombies is something that means the world to me. Because everything was free. And you unlocked everything as you went. And honestly, I loved the change of settings. I won't lie, I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies forever. I'm not going to say since it came out because I probably watched it came out the same year I was born. But I've been playing it back when it was on Flash and I had to do it on my shitty little computer. And then soon I played a lot on my phone. I actually just finished the entire first game, which makes me really sad. I was honestly considering making a video on it just so I could talk about how much I love it. Because although there is a second one, and I do like the second one, I've played it, the second one is very complicated in the sense that, like, there's no end. It's just like, it reminds me of Candy Crush. It's just like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and it kind of drives me crazy. Yes, we do go to different locations, and yes, we do have different plants, so it is interesting, but I just don't think that it compares, especially because in like the other Plants vs. Zombies things, you have to pay for like plants and stuff. And I don't think that's fair because in the OG, yeah, I'm pretty sure you could pay for some things or you could like buy some things. But majority of it you like earn through playing the game. Or I think you could like buy from like Crazy Dave. You could buy some stuff for him. But honestly, Plants vs. Zombies just means so much to me. Honestly, I think I will make a video on it. Now that I'm talking about it so much, I think it has to happen. Let's get into what I have been obsessing over this month, which I'm honestly super excited about. Mostly because I have pets. Well, I used to have a dog, rest in peace, Nala. But I actually, well, I guess my family, we got 2 new pets, 2 hamsters. We have Spencer, who is, he has like black and white fur, not black and white, but brown and white fur. No, he's a little mix. And then we have James, who is our dirty blonde. My mom just randomly was like, hey guys, do you guys want to go to pet store and get a pet? And I was like, oh, okay. Cause I was thinking a dog. She's like, nah, not a dog. Something smaller, something easier to keep around the house. So somehow we landed on hamster. Honestly, I used to think that hamsters were tiny itty bitty things. These things are fat. These hamsters are fat. And I was honestly surprised because I thought that hamsters were calm, chill animals. Tell me why. Buy them for Petco. And they're in the box. And as we're going home, I see one of their heads sticking out. The entire car ride, they have been chewing the box. The small holes for air that were in there, they were actively chewing at them. And I was just shocked because I was like, oh my gosh, what if they're successful? What if while like the middle of my mom is driving on the way home, they just jump out of the car? How do you even collect a hamster from your car after they have jumped? There was just a lot of questions. But thankfully, it didn't happen because I don't even want to think about that. And they are safely in the house. They actually live together at Petco. So we decided that we would get them together. But I think that they're actually territorial. So that is something to be worried about. But we don't think about that. Now let's get into what I have been ranting/raving about. This month, it has been ranting, and it has been the heat, because summer is here, and when I mean summer is here, hot summer. Summer's so hot, it burns your freaking, your seatbelts, so when you get in the car, you have to let the car air out, and then soon you have to sit in the car for a little bit, let it air out extra, and then so you have to be careful when you buckle yourself in so you don't get burned, okay? That's how hot I'm talking. And it's been especially hard for me because for some reason, when it is windy, the wind does not want to come over to my side. So while everybody else gets some nice breeze, I'm just sitting in my room hot. And for some reason, I feel like I always get the like temperature deficient rooms, if you will, because it's usually either freezing cold or it's too hot, which both suck in their respective seasons. But heat sucks especially because it's hard to combat heat. I'm sure it might be harder to combat cold, but like with a fireplace, it's not that hard. But with heat, my mom won't let me turn the AC on. There's no wind coming my way. And then since I want to use my PlayStation, it's just gonna get even hotter in here. So what do? I do nothing. I sit in my bed and I melt, essentially. Honestly, and I try to combat it because I have a handheld fan, and I used to have a chargeable fan that did end up breaking, which is my fault. I won't lie. But I'm trying my best to fight against the heat. Now, the last thing I will be speaking on is what I have been treating myself to this month. And honestly, it's not a super positive thing. So, although it is a treat, it's not a good thing. I have been treating myself this month, or I guess last month, to bad eating habits. And I mean this a lot, mostly in the sense of just having sheer laziness of not wanting to cook anything and just end up like eating something processed, or maybe just eating up a whole bunch of sugar, which is shown my mint and Nutella, but we won't talk about that. And I don't know, I think that my eating has just been super bad, and I haven't really tried to do anything to stop it. I am drinking a lot more water, which is good, but things like not eating a whole bunch of sugary stuff, like eating snacks in place of meals, is something I am not the best at. As well as like my voice right there, as well as like just not wanting to cook and instead eating something processed, or just not eating at all. So hopefully I can change around my eating habits, especially with summer being here, because it's one thing to be hungry, it's one thing to be hot and hungry, and then soon be full of junk and candy. I think I want to get more into cooking, just so I at least have some homemade semi-healthy food that I can eat in case I'm like looking for a meal and find my way to the pantry. But honestly, like the snacks have just been so good. But it's kind of like after a while, it's kind of like like when you eat something and it's like good and it's like nice, it's nice in moderation, because when you just eat it, you kind of just get that same feeling over again, and it just kind of becomes like boring. Even if like you eat more candy or like more sweet stuff, it's kind of just like but when you eat something like some nice chicken, or it's like a nice meal after eating like mostly sweet stuff and not like eating real meals, it's so good. But that is the end of Muji's monthly report. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched to the end, could you do me a big favor and tell me about your month in the comments below? Also, you should check out my Etsy shop, Bored Black Girl Prints, where you can find this journal that I'm using for my books, as well as find a whole bunch of other things. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. I love you.